Hey everyone, welcome back. This is Jack G, and this is my channel about some of my hobbies. And this is the third in a series of three on go bags. And this is a little bit heavier. This is kind of more longer term. This is kind of work in progress, honestly. I'm not quite sure what we're going to find in here because I've been kind of building and putting this together for my family, kind of for my wife. We have a little bit of a separation of concerns. My responsibility is more for like shelter, protection. Hers is more around the medical because she has more of a medical background. So she's going to be adding to this bag. So there's going to be a little bit more that goes in here. It's a lot heavier. She can handle the weight a little bit better than me, as it turns out. And then this might be something that, is a bag that maybe you can, throw in the car. You don't really care about, more of a bug out go bag that you have to carry on your back. You can kind of split this up among your family members, and they can have their own bags and take pieces out of this. But the idea is that it's a holistic system, and each bag and the items complement the other bags. So I actually have here something that I had from my episode 2 that you should take a look at. I'm going to do a little bit more of a review on this. It's a very lightweight titanium wood stove. You'll see why I brought this out, as it turns out. Plus, I didn't have time to like set it up from the last video. So I thought I'd kind of touch on that a little bit because this is super cool. And I have to carry fuel. So this is a longer term survival for yourself and your family. And it helps to kind of like, scale out and kind of focus on, more, medical and things of that nature that you would add to kind of augment your bare necessities, if you will. So let's go ahead and jump in and see what's in the bag. I have a few things over here. Is the multi-tool, the Gerber multi-tool. I'm going to do a review on all of these. It's a little bit heavier, so obviously this whole thing is a little bit heavier. Weight is not much of a factor here because we might have like something like a grocery cart or some way to wheel this, or even a luggage bag is a good way to wheel things. But as I said before, you might want to stay in place. Is a good idea if you can, and yet you want to have some emergency stuff, to supplement what you have around the house as well, right? To open up cans and so on and so forth. There's like a hurricane or something like that, or whatever. So I'm gonna put these aside and get right in the bag. So there's a couple things in here. I'm wearing one right now that I put together. This is good for like tourniquets and stuff like that. This paracord, you can take it apart, tie things together. It's good for making shelters and such. So I just keep that in the bag. I'm gonna put this aside for now. We'll get to that. Super lightweight titanium. So let's see what's in the bag. It's been a while since I put this together, so I'm not even sure what's in here. Oh, cool. So there's some tuna and water. High fat grams with water is always good to have. A little bit of food. It doesn't weigh too much, but a little bit more than I'd like to carry in my go bag short term. So anyway, there's your chunky lake tuna. Sounds tasty. Let's see what else is in here. Some apple and mango fruit bar because you need fruit as well. Another fruit bar. So it's gonna be more like food and medical items. In here, probably gonna be more as well. Oh, that's empty. Clearly a work in progress, but I thought I'd go ahead and talk about it anyway because all bags are always a work in progress. Okay, so what is this? So I talked about this a little bit. This is a Shemag. This thing is amazing. Every kit has to have one of these. I don't have it in my ultra lightweight bag because I use a bandana that's cotton, but this is bigger. You can use it for like, protection from the sun, filtering out particulates, lots of things, even as a shelter in a pinch. There's tons of videos on Shemags. I'm not going to get into it here, but it is pretty darn lightweight. Don't get me wrong. Super lightweight, really. I mean, it's, 100% cotton. I bought this on Amazon. I'll, have links as well to all of these. Um, I rinsed it out, hung it up in the outside to kind of let it air out, clean it out, stuff like that. So it's pretty clean, pretty sterile. I wrapped this. What is this? Oh, I did a review on this already. This is a handsaw. I love this. Check out my other video. In my opinion, this is better than an axe. The older I've become and such, wielding an axe and a hatchet and stuff like that is a little bit more than you need, in my opinion. And then, so check out my other video. This is a titanium grill. You can set it on, in between two logs with some fire underneath and cook on it. And you'll see some other ways here in a second that you can use this. I love this. It's super lightweight, but believe it or not, it's too heavy for my 4-pound bag in my episode 2. But this is great. It's not the rounded grills, that you typically see that are hard to clean. This is just flat. This is like a beautiful design, in my opinion. Just rub it off, clean, good to go. And I like that it comes in this nice pouch that this is like plastic because, maybe you're in a hurry and it's not that clean. So you put it in here. You don't want like food particles and stuff in your bag. Okay, so there's that. Here are those porta wipes that I talked about in, this is the family pack. There's 3 of them. So, so this is for like, washing your hands and, wiping down there. So this is the other 3-pack. It comes in 5, actually. One I gave, and I put together another bag for someone else. So this is the 3 for the family pack. I have one of mine, and I gave one away to another family member for our pack. So these are the porta wipes. You have to drop the water. You can wash your hands over and over, and then you can also, wash down there. Rather than using leaves or other things that might give you rashes where you don't want a rash. These are amazing. This is awesome. They're in a hard container because they want to keep it waterproof, but you could just put them in plastic if you want to reduce weight. So that's in here as well. Life straws, I'm a big fan of life straws. There are 2 in here because I put this pack together for 2 more people, family members. And then there's a string so you can put it around your neck so you always have it and you can bend over and drink non-clean water, which is always good to have. So this pack is really for about 2 or more people. So what else? Here's the rest of that pack. When I showed you the Sawyer water filtration system, get the pack. I'll leave a link here. It's hard to find this that has all these adapters. Having these adapters to different straws and things like that, and a syringe to like suck out the water from some questionable sources and stuff like that is super important. So I took this out for the weight from my other bag and put it in here, but the syringe and the adapters and stuff is a must-have. So don't just get like the cheap and cheesy like micro version of the Sawyer water system, because you'll need this to get water in your pot to cook things and stuff like that. So this is for long term. Don't forget about that, right? So there's that. What else is in here? A lot of good stuff. Oh, another toothbrush. Oh, actually here you can see charcoal toothbrush. This is eco-friendly and so on. You can see how long it was, and just to reduce weight, I cut this much off of it, but I left this one on here because, well, I'm lazy and this pack is a work in progress. But this is bamboo, so like super strong and sturdy, and you could use for like a lot of other stuff. But the charcoal, you don't need, toothpaste because it has charcoal built in. Great company, by the way, Eco Fila. In fact, my someone I know sponsors these as well. So super cool product, and dental hygiene is important. Okay, so this is a water bladder. I'll leave a link. It's hard to find really good quality, like 1 or 2 liter, but it's a water bladder with a harness. So like a backpack. Maybe I should take it. I hope I want to take it out of here. It's a bit of work to take it out. But you can see the water bladder. It's like, very durable. It cost very cost conscious on this. I try to be cost conscious. But anyway, you can wear this on your like front or your back and haul water from, you know, somewhere else and bring it back to like camp or, you know, as you're, you know, going through the, you know, woods or whatever. So this is your, you know, water bladder, etc. That you can then, you know, use your Sawyer system to purify with. Okay. So carrying water is what this is for. Little backpack built in. It's for like bikers and stuff like that. It's a great idea. And then let's see, what else do we have? Oh, this is cool. So remember, this pack is more for like long-term little carabiner. You can always use these. This is, as you know, I'm a big fan. So this is a solar charging kit with an integrated battery. Make sure you check for that, right? So I did a lot of research on this. Weight-wise, not too bad, but it has a battery built in, so you don't have to have an external system, because when you're using solar, you want it to charge a battery and then use the battery to at night to, you know, charge other things. So I love this. Look how big this is. So this is clearly my bigger kit. I'll get it in frame, right? So you're gonna get a lot of, you know, sun rays here, and it's gonna go right into the battery. And then here you go. I have a bunch of, one thing most people forget is USB chargers to micro, etc. for your iPhone. Here's the battery, tells you, you know, like how charged it is, and there's like USB. And I think this one has like 2 or 3 external USB, so you can charge your phone, you can charge your headlamps, and your other things like my lighter is USB as well. So this weighs a little bit more, that's why it's not in my light bag, but this is for like, you know, family, longer duration staying around. So a lot of stuff in here. You've seen these in my second video. This is the Backpacker's Pantry. They last forever. This one sounds super good. It's gluten-free, it's vegan, so my family can eat this. It's 2 servings. You just put hot water in here and you can eat right out of the bag. That's why I love this as well. Let's see. A lot of stuff in here. Oh, so this, okay, let me open this up real quick. So this is, remember I mentioned before that I had a, I bought like a pack of things, and I separate them in other bags because you don't need them for yourself, but you need them you know, for family and such. So this is the rest of that kit that I mentioned that is the titanium. So, right? So this is the, got a bunch of other stuff in the middle here I'll get to. A little bit taller, like you can cook a lot more in this. You can put it in heat. I like it better than stainless steel. You also don't get that stainless steel taste in your mouth. Stainless steel, you have to be careful. You don't get like double wall stainless steel, because then you can't put it like on direct heat. And this is that wood stove. Whoops. This is that wood stove put together that I showed in episode 2. Sorry I didn't have time to like show that, but basically you don't have to carry fuel around. Here, gosh, it's amazing how much is in this bag. Let's see if I get that in frame. Oh yeah, that's not too bad, right? So this is that fat wood that I showed you in episode 2, right? So imagine, boom, 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 put a spark to that, right? And then there you go. You can cook directly on that, right? And if you want, if you don't have it like an open area to put this on, just to level it out, right? Now it's super, super solid, right? So now you can cook in here, and you just add, you know, a little bit of wood pieces in the side here as it goes down, makes coals. This is awesome. You don't have to carry external fuel. And as it turns out, the fat wood fits perfect in there. So you get coals, like you can boil water. Boom. I'm getting hungry. So there's that. So this is one of 3 pieces from that other system that I had that I talked about in episode 2. And here's another one you can cook in, like a little skillet. And oh, it's a lid as well, which is awesome. And you can cook with a lid and cook in here at the same time. So with the family, keep cooking. You don't burn your hands with this. This system is just amazing, these three things here. And then one other thing that I have, if you do like aluminum, or sorry, not aluminum, I don't like aluminum, stainless steel. There's a lot in this bag. So have this is awesome. It's single wall that you can put directly on a flame, etc. Stanley, I love it. The handle, right, like fits over the top. It holds the thing down. There's a lid, which I'll show you in a second, and you don't burn your hands. But I'm going to take all this stuff out of there and show you what's in here in a second. But I just want to show you real quick. There's a lid, right? Little vent holes. Because everybody in the family needs their own way to make coffee and eat. Right, okay. So, plus you can store things in here. Keep them fairly dry. All right, so what else is in here? Camp suds. I'm gonna leave a link to this. My daughter thought I was crazy when I gave her some of this to take with her on her hiking, camping trail. This is amazing stuff. I grew up with this stuff. It cleans your hands, it cleans pots and pans. It's biodegradable, it's gluten-free. It's been around forever. And a drop, literally, a drop will go like a long way. You can wash your hair, you can clean your pots and pans. This is the camp suds from like when I grew up, is like the best stuff ever for like cleaning your hands stuff. Most people forget this stuff when you're like, you know, living out and camping. Another thing is more of these blue jeans that I cut up. See my second video on that to make some stuff that allows you to make fire, etc. And here is a can opener, so you can open cans. And so this is like the char cloth. Sorry, I was drawing a blank there. With these things, you make char cloth with like tins, or even in foil, or in alto cans. So this is a bunch of tablets for potable water. So this is something, you know, it takes maybe 30 minutes to an hour or so. Well, 35, here you go. You add to water, it is like iodine type of stuff. Yeah, a few other things in here. It's like iodine, but this will clean water, and then you can drink it through filtration systems or boil it. This is a must-have, these little tablets. They're pretty inexpensive. It's Potable Aqua water purification, which I really like. Have been around forever. Germicidal tablets. So you want to add this to your water if you're unsure of its source, which when you're out, you probably are. And even if you're in a big city, you never know. Okay, it might be tainted. So there's that. Okay, so, and then, you know, because you can't have enough paracord, but there's a compass on here. Bought these for the family. There's a little thing here that you can spark so they can make a fire. So, you know, and a whistle. So like a 4-in-1, great to give your family and friends, super cheap. And then I think last but not least, these are those coffee filters that I talked about, where they have little legs on here, and you just kind of put them over here, and it sits down in the water, and you can put tea and coffee in there. You can reuse them over and over again, and then it's like cotton, so you can use it for char cloth, and you can use it to, like, you know, spark a fire, etc. Comes in a pack of 50, so this is the other 40 or so. I put 10 in my other pack. And yeah, so all of this, I haven't weighed this, but all of this is in the longer term complimentary bag for the family, and for you know, extended survival. So a lot of stuff. Can't get it all in frame, but I will leave links to all of this. And as you can see, with all of this, you can pretty much survive most disasters. So you have the ability to start fire. Did I put that in here? I think most of that is in the complimentary packs. There were some matches in here that I don't, yeah, in the side pockets that I didn't bring out. So fire, water filtration, obviously, with the life straws and the Sawyer compatible system that I have somewhere else, and you can boil water in the potable water tablets, right? You can carry water in this. Shelter, not so much, but you could build shelter with the saw and then the medical kit, which my wife will add to this, and I'll add some more in the future. So this is the third in the systems that progressively allow you to like extend the number of people and duration in emergency situations. And you could use this at home as well if you don't have power and so on for extended periods of time. So just some things to think about. Happy to get some feedback from you. All of these things are compatible with the other system, but I just wanted to do a quick video on this. Not so quick, but mahalo, and hope this was helpful. Thank you.